Fly ball, left field, it's deep. And it is gone!
Hey guys, and welcome. This is season preview 2 of 5. So yesterday was the Marlins, today we have the Braves, tomorrow the Mets, Friday the Nationals, and Saturday, finally the first show proper and the Phillies season preview. But today was the Braves. I was joined by Bob from the UK Braves account and superfan David Hendy to discuss the Braves season ahead and what they thought of the Phillies. And let's just say it didn't hold back. Enjoy. So here we are with the Braves. Hello, boys.
I second in the running order. Not happy with this at all.
On projections. You're on projections.
I'm on results.
You're on projections.
Reigning champions.
They've got you down as 4th.
Who?
Do people that matter?
Right. Okay.
Right, boys. Introducing yourselves. Start with you, David.
Hi, yes, I've been David. I'm from near the London area. I've been a Braves fan for only about 2 years. Just picked them because they had an exciting farm and were supposed to do great things up and come in and didn't want to go straight in as a standard Yankees or Boston fan.
Yeah.
And they just happened to do great things when I started supporting them, so that worked out kind of nice for me.
Have you been over to Atlanta before?
I haven't. The flights there are ridiculous, but I'm hoping to make it out to San Fran this year to see them an away stand against San Fran, so that should be...
That'd be a better experience as well.
Oh, we're starting like that.
Then it begins. And we have Bob.
Hello there. Yes, I run the Braves in the UK Twitter account. I've been following the Braves for a couple of years, a bit like Dave. I could have been sat here as a Marlins fan today, as in 2016 I saw a game at Marlins Park and a game at the then Turner Field. And then the following year I decided to get into baseball and thought I'd pick the team that I was more likely to go back and watch. I mean, as it is, I've not been back to either city. But yeah, I've been a Braves fan for a couple of years, and it's an exciting time to follow a team on the way.
Right, let's get this over.
And the reigning NL East.
Yeah, let's get this over and done with. So 2018 champions, 1972. We sort of gave it to you. The postseason didn't go.
No,
but then it was sort of expected, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the Dodgers, I think.
Dodgers are a better team. We kind of got run over a bit. You know,
3-1 in LCS.
We had like one good moment in the entire series, which was Acuna's Grand Slam. Otherwise, it was a bit of a write-off. But to win a division that we didn't expect to win with a team that was quite a bit early, I don't think any Braves.
I think we're in very similar positions, weren't we? Because we didn't expect anything out of that year.
I think you and I was in last year on Twitter. Like I just wanted you guys to win for it just to be. I know you were a bit different, but I just wanted it to be close. I was just loving the whole every night Phillies would win, Braves would lose. The division last year. I'm glad we won it in the end, but it was great.
It went sour for us. So, Benny, any outs over the off season? Just Tucker and Adams.
Yeah, you know, like the big thing that happened last year was the big Matt Kemp finance swap with the Dodgers, which meant that we dropped a lot of bad contracts at the end of the year. No real need to get rid of anyone. The squad's on the way up as the Braves front office are very happy we've got no dead money, which is, you know, in some ways a good thing. And yeah, it was all about the incomings, and we've done okay, but I think a lot of Braves fans have seen what's been going on with other teams like the Phillies and kind of gone, we're a bit behind.
Donaldson, potentially, could be a huge third base if he stays fit.
Yeah, you're signing a guy that was an absolute monster for about 2 or 3 years, had his injury issues. It's a contract that kind of suggests he wants to quote-unquote prove himself again. You know, Anthopoulos signed him with the Blue Jays a few years ago, so there's that relationship there too. And the kind of guy that, if he comes off, could be as good as any hitter in the division.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Markakis extended, went on free agency, then you got him.
You're a massive Cakes fan, aren't you? We had this discussion quite a lot last season, so I was a bit indifferent on him.
I mean,
yeah, after what he did last season, no, but he definitely won out of a discussion. But I wasn't that happy with him at the start of last season, but he's been in his corner now.
I mean, to me, like, the surprise was the surprise. Like, he's always been a 280 hitter. He just happened to be a little better in the first few months of last year. We've got him back on the team-friendly deal, which doesn't matter that much. But the guy, I think, is underrated. I think he's the kind of guy that will walk into a lot of teams, and I was almost shocked at the lack of interest surrounding him this year. Supposedly he turned down more money from other teams, but to get a guy, I think it was 4 million or 6 million for a year,
So
he was an all-star last year. Let's hope he has a season like the first half of last year rather than the second.
You'll need it this year. I think we all need to make quick starts this year.
See, I think I know you mentioned the Donaldson acquisition. I'm actually much more excited about the McCann acquisition. We lost Suzuki,
bring up McCann,
yeah, and I think what we saw last season, even though Cakes was hitting well, he wasn't a clean-up hitter in any stretch of imagination. He was a base hitter, and I think McCann and Donaldson have potential to be proper clean-up hitters. And you put them two behind Freddie Freeman.
Well, Donaldson will hit too, though. That's where he wants to hit, and by all accounts, like, that's the one bit everyone seems to be happy with.
So who would lead off
well, this is the thing.
Freeman or Acuna?
Well, Acuna did really well. Like, right after we did the backflip show, where I said Acuna's a really bad suggestion for a leadoff hitter, they moved him into the leadoff spot, and he just did really well for around 2 months. They're still debating if Enciarte could be the guy of 2017. I think they'll put Acuna at 4 and have Enciarte leading off, because you don't kind of, as much as the whole theory of you want your best hitters to have the most at bats, the batting does kind of fall off a bit after Freeman at 3 unless you've got Acuna at 4.
Yeah.
I think they'll start the season with Enciarte leading off. They'll give him that chance, assuming he doesn't completely bomb.
Snicker likes Enciarte leading off. That was even when he was bombing last year, he was kept there for way longer than he should have been. So I think we'll see him first. But I mean, take your pick out the first 5 of Albies, Acuna, Freeman, McCann, and Donaldson, and I mean, you could put them in whatever order you want.
I'd be surprised if Markakis isn't clean up. If Acuna leads off, I think Markakis will be back and forth. I don't think Markakis will be a terrible guy to lead off. He's not quick enough, but he's got that on base percentage that you want as well.
And particularly, to go through the lineup with your outfield, to discuss Acuna.
So you've got Acuna. I think your starting 3 are going to be Markakis, Enciarte, and Acuna in some sort of form.
Same there as last year, basically.
I don't know if you agree. What's going to be interesting in the outfield this year is going to be whether Duval makes a step up to what we saw on the Reds, so he can actually be that utility player in the outfield and back up either of those 3 if they need a rest.
Yeah, Duval was a guy we brought in with the theory of, because Enciarte was struggling and thought you could bring Duval in and platoon him when, funnily enough, Enciarte started hitting right around the time Duval arrived. And Duval's rubbish for us, but his 2016 and 2017, 100 RBIs in each season. The guy doesn't hit for average, but in theory he's got a lot of power. We're going to be relying a lot of him because they want to rotate players more this year. That's the big thing. Was that Markakis played every single game last year, started every single game. Freeman, I think, missed 2 or 3, and the thought was that the reason we struggled a little bit at the back end of the season, and certainly in the postseason, was we had a lot of guys who had to run into the floor. This year they want to rotate guys a bit more. There's going to be more on guys like Yohan Camargo in a utility role, guy like Duval to fill in as the outfield cover as well. That's going to be a big thing this year, is they want everyone to contribute, and they don't want to be so reliant on 2 or 3 guys.
Do you think you've got the depth to do that, and
just about
really compete for the division?
Well, we've got the financial flexibility, which is the big thing, right? I mean, that's what that's what Anthopoulos and the guys that own the club are really excited about. Is we've got no dead money, we've got no quote-unquote bad commitments.
Yeah.
I think that attitude might hold us back, but the theory is that if we get to kind of mid-July and we need one guy, we've got the ability to not only financially go and get him, but also the prospects to go and get that kind of guy as well, if we need it. But yeah, we're relying on a lot of guys stepping up a bit from last year, I think.
And your rotation?
Pretty good. No Star, no Nola, no Scherzer, no Strasburg, no DeGrom. We don't have a guy like that.
Faulty can be that guy, but he needs to. I love his. I know there's a big debate in baseball now. Should pitchers have emotion on the mound? I love his emotion personally. I want to see the guy who's clearly frustrated, but him and Newcomb both suffer from the same erraticness, but they just can't seem to solve them. That's why I'm a bit excited about McCann. Old hometown. I don't know why, but in my head it's like a traditional fan. Like, I think a hometown guy coming back who's won that World Series behind the plate, be that nice calming influence for both of them.
Very experienced catcher as well.
Shorty on his day, his fastball is ridiculous. It's just overpowering, but it's whether he can do it consistently. That'd be my question mark if for us to repeat this year.
Collectively, the starters were good last year without any real star.
Turan's been better.
Without any real star name, the starting collectively was fine, and we've got a load of really good young
Do you
kids.
think the fine's going to cut it this year though?
No.
Because to really compete in the division, they're going to have to step up as well.
Well, yeah, but as I've said to you before, like we are the defending champions.
Yeah,
like, they cut it last year. Like, is it right?
Everyone's improved. You projected.
But we're the same. Like we are essentially, we haven't lost anybody. We haven't. We're getting good Donaldson and McCann, but
You're banking on.
Yeah, but do you think Nationals and Mets will have the season they had last season? Because they're still good teams.
I think the Nationals are going to regress to the mean of the fact that they slumped last season, so there has to be an increase. I don't think they can go any further down. Because they way underperformed last season, so I think they're going to improve. The Mets, to me, as I said on Twitter last weekend, they have to prove they can be healthy. You can have the best starting lineup in the world, but if you can't stay healthy, they should have sacked their doctors 6 times over by now, as far as I'm concerned.
We're not wanting to talk about injuries at the moment.
You've got spring training the way yours is going.
That's because I jinxed it last week by saying that.
The thing with the division, like, if you look at a team like the Mets, there's no exciting hitter there, right?
I agree with that.
The only guy that scares me in the Mets is Pete Alonso. He's the only guy that I'm like, if he comes off, like Robinson Cano's a good hitter, but he's not gonna.
Is Cespedes still there?
Yeah.
I get a bit twitchy when Cespedes comes up to bat.
Is it him or Conforto that's out for about 3 months? I can't remember which one.
It's their rotation that scares me more than.
Nothing scares me about this division. Like, nothing like.
I'm not that brazen.
That's the thing. Like I feel like I posted the standings from last year. I think that's the one thing everyone's got. Everyone's
you
improved.
that Phillies team. You're not worried about that Phillies team.
I think we're better than the Phillies. Everyone's improved, but everyone's had to improve. Like the Phillies have made 5 acquisitions because they were rubbish last year.
Well, only for like 6 weeks we were rubbish.
Well,
they tailed off.
That's not an argument. Like you've got to win 100.
The trades didn't work out, but those guys have now gone.
I feel like the Phillies have arrived at the big boys' table, and we're like, well, we were already here.
Like, what?
Leave me out of this opinion, by the way.
The big boys' table. You were in the same position as us last year.
We won 90 games last year. You won 80, as far as I'm aware. Like the Phillies have signed a lot of guys to get up with the rest of the division. Fine, okay. Nothing about that line scares me. Nothing about that team scares me at all.
Bring on that
if Aaron Nola goes down, you guys are stuffed. Like it's Aaron Nola and a ragtag bunch of starting pitching, right?
No, not necessarily. Pavetta's got a lot. He could have a breakout year. I'm backing Pavetta for a breakout year. Arrieta, I think, is going to be better. He's got a far better defense
The
behind
ghost
him.
of Jake Arrieta.
Arrieta was. Last year, the errors behind Arrieta were horrendous.
Like, the Phillies are going to be competitive, but
defense, the errors should be cut in half.
My concern.
Well about it.
Well,
there is no well.
Look, you don't sign Bryce Harper and Andrew McCutcheon if your primary goal is to try and improve yourself defensively. I mean, like,
look at that infield. They won't even get out.
What? Like Michael Franco in his wheelchair at third base.
Hey, Franco
like,
is not a bad
here's
defender.
the thing, right?
We've got Hoskins back in third. Segura is a good defender. Kingry's not bad.
Philly still projects to be a horrendous defensive side, just not as bad as the one last year. The thing I've got...
And Franco is not as bad as his stats made.
More than I think the Nats are going to win the division, but I thought that last year. My big concern is that the Braves are going to win the division and then they're going to do exactly what they did last year, which is they're going to get to the postseason and get run over. So I'm not particularly worried about the main season. We may not win the division, but we shouldn't have won it last year.
So 84 wins projected for you, higher for you, then you're projecting higher then I'm guessing.
A little, probably 86, but I think
86 will win the division. I don't think 86 even gets to the playoffs.
It might.
I don't. 86 for you, 86 wins, 84 wins projected, higher or lower?
I think
just
a young team last year. I think they proved a lot of people. I think as long as the young team hunger, and I actually like the whole Braves coming fourth, because last time it happened to a young team I supported, they came out and they won the Super Bowl. So it's a completely different sport. I know young teams that are underestimated tend to come out.
We were projected to win 75 games last year.
So I don't know. I reckon. I don't reckon north of 90. I reckon somewhere 87, 88.
Do you think it'll be enough to make the postseason?
I think we.
Hang on.
Sorry, no.
A lot of good teams. I would. Let's put it this way: if we won 88 games and we didn't make the postseason, I'd feel a bit miffed. But I'd feel like we've done what we could do. If that makes sense.
You'd be happy with 86 wins, regardless of so your aim is postseason. If not, would you be unhappy?
We've got. I'm happy if we contend. Our window is massive.
Do you think
we've got, as we said, we've got everybody on team friendly contracts. Our pitching's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Like you guys have got to win now. We don't.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I think it depends on what we you know.
so
We're still 4 weeks from the start of the season. Like, there's still time to bring in Craig Kimbrell or a guy like that. We've got budget.
You really want that Craig
I do.
Kimbrell
I do.
announcement, don't
Just
you?
'cause you know, just ahead of it.
I think he'll be a free agent by the time the season rolls around.
And there's still. I think it would depend how we miss the playoffs. If we made a big run in July and tried to sign 2 or 3 guys and still fell short, sorry, one of you guys last
Trust me,
year.
the one thing you don't want to do
It's like Asdrubal Cabrera.
You don't want to go the last 6 weeks tanking like we did. It's horrible.
If it depends how we lose it, I would say, if that were to happen. If we were to just say, look, we're going to try the best we've got, we don't expect to win the division because the Nationals are better and whatever happens, fine. If we make a load of big moves between now and the end of July and still fall short, then I'd be like, oh, we got problems. But we'll see. My big concern isn't the division, my big concern is getting to the postseason again and getting blown away by the Dodgers. Because doing it once is fine, doing it twice,
yeah, you'll be the next Nationals.
Yeah. We've got a World Series.
This is a reminder that the Nationals never won a playoff series. I'd be happy with 88 plus playoffs.
While I remember, neither of any of the Phillies' offensive players either. I was looking this up in the week. Look, Harper, Realness, Segura, McCutcheon, Hoskins, all of the, forget Jake Arrieta because he's won a few, all of the hitters in the Phillies have won a combined 0 postseason series.
I want you two to do this again at the end of the season. I'll buy tickets to
The
that.
atmosphere will carry.
And they asked the question, how many of the Braves won? I stopped counting at 7. That's all I'm saying.
That's wrapping that up. That was, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Braves. Thank you.